What's going on, everybody? Happy Thursday, Bobby Fye and Eric Sheets-Haber. We are going to be talking about this four-game MLB slate. I think I'm pretty set on what I want to do, which is definitely a little bit weird. You should see my stack exposure types.
Uh-oh.
I think,
I know what he's going to do.
well, it's doing it for me somewhat, but there's a lot
Okay.
of wackiness. But look, I you know my thing. No five mans for me on these slates, and then I am gonna take a very contrarian stance. I'll lose everything, or this could be a one where with like a zero cash thing, or like just crushing everything. So we'll
Sort
see.
of looking like my golf lineups, you mean? Sort of something like
Yeah,
that?
maybe like your golf ads. I don't know what do they look any good?
No.
Oh, by the way, it could go either way with the way.
Actually, I have like one that's like in ninth in the lottery, I guess. That's
Well,
something.
that's something.
Yeah, that's something. Yeah, the guys in there, I'm in first, second, fourth, sixth, and 50th.
In the lottery?
No. Just my players in that lineup.
Oh my God, yeah, that's crazy.
First, it's Griffin, Morikawa, Lowry, Boccia, Siwoo Kim, and JJ Spawn in 50th. There you go.
Hey, that's all right. He's still probably favored to make it. It's going to be a major high cut line.
Yeah. Yep.
So we'll see. You had another crazy day. It's Ben Griffin has led like what? That's the fourth round in a row he's led going back to the last tournament.
He never loses.
I know, and by the way,
he's going to be 13. He's going to be 13K next week instead of
yeah. What happens? Was Ben Griffin the new Scotty? What's going on?
Ben, I thought you're not supposed to be able to win after you won the week before.
Yeah,
that's what they all tell me.
That's the rule. So, but he can still get second, I guess.
I guess so.
But yeah, right off the bat, you get a question in from D Pope about whether or not he's playing $1.20 max. Should he X five mans and have like 5 man uniques? I'm just saying I only play non-5 mans on 4-game slates with a really rare exception. But I don't think you need to do 5 min uniques. Sheets, any thoughts on that?
I don't think you need to do that either.
Okay.
4-game slate.
Yeah, I don't think so either. And yeah, you will kind of want to be like at least even with the no 5 mans and all the things, I still want to be more heavily committed to certain things. So with that, look, my favorite plays versus the ones I'm actually using are an interesting thing. I still have Sale like barely more than I have Mackenzie Gore, but that's just because I thought Seattle made for a good contrarian stack, maybe a little bit better than Philly. And then I have Wheeler, Baz, Barrios, Gusto, Lopez, then Hancock. I'm flirting with the idea of maybe using a little more Lopez just to get way off the board on this slate. What are you getting pitching wise?
Nothing special. Gore, Sale, Wheeler. Like that's pretty much it.
Not a whole lot you can. Yeah, I mean, you don't need to necessarily do everything. It's like 9 cancers. How do you get different on a 4-gamer to have a chance? Well, just so you know, 5 min uniques is not making you any more different necessarily. It just means you're different from yourself. Like
right.
You're not getting different from the field with 5 min uniques. There's no min uniques number that's making you different. Well, I said what I'm doing, so and then I'll say exactly what I'm doing. So I don't know how to answer the question other than that. For me, my highest owned stacks are Seattle and Philadelphia against the 2 highest pitchers, which are also oddly enough my highest owned pitchers. Basically, all my non-Gore lineups are some form of a Seattle stack. Philadelphia, then the A's are my other one, followed by Atlanta. So I'm really getting to the lower owned stacks. And as far as my 4-mans go, same thing: Seattle, Philadelphia, Atlanta, and then the A's. But that's sort of the teams I'm playing with. What are you looking at here today, Sheik?
So I'm just finishing this now, and when I finish it, it's going to be very shortly. I will tell you exactly what I'm doing. I don't think I think I'm going to be in sort of Bobby mode today. I think I'm going to try to get lucky with the non-5 manners.
Wow!
I think so.
That's new. And for what it's worth, I basically have 0 of Toronto and Washington, who are going to be extreme mega chalk. As far as I can tell, they're going to be extreme. Oh, and Scott right here in the thing just says he's lined up pretty good with the sheets so far today. Lots of Toronto and Washington. I don't know what that means. They might look good from a numbers point of view. They will be so far higher owned.
They will, right?
Else. So I would do what I can to get away from
that. So I already have guys I have to freaking change. It's like ridiculous. I have these I had Varsho and Jansen in. I guess I missed something. Crap.
Jansen is on Tampa Bay. So
Yeah.
oh, okay. So like Varsho from Toronto's like
Yeah.
lefty. They probably just use
He's
it as
out.
a day to sit in. Also, I'll throw in that means that Toronto has elevated pinch hit risk. So just keep that in mind as you build out Toronto lineups if you are doing that. Now, if I was playing Toronto or if I was playing Tampa Bay, even because they're probably the third highest owned, or Washington, I would make sure to be using one of Seattle, the Braves, or Philly, or the A's. Like, just you have to get low owned with the other part of it. I just don't want to do any of that stuff personally. Like, you know, and by the way, like my stack types aren't actually that weird. 4-3 and 4-2 are my highest. I do have 3-2-2 next. I don't mind it on these kind of slates because literally most of the time what's going to happen is 3 players will make up the majority of your lineup in terms of points.
Well, I'm going to say this, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if I'm going to end up, what is this? We got Varsho, Caratina. I have all these guys out. All right, let's see.
Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Never going to be the predicted lineups. it's
yeah.
Crazy.
Wait a second. But what I was going to say is that I might get everything wrong today, but let the record reflect that my pick for 9K guy to miss the cut, we got Justin Thomas, just came in with an 80.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's something.
That is a good one then for that. But then he might do the same thing he did last time he did this. He shot like a 78 and a 62 the next.
And then
day.
He might end up winning the whole tournament.
Right, and he almost did come back in that thing. That was the other. So this Ben Griffin round was, I think, statistically the second best round versus the field of the year so far with who's played so far today.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and the best one was that Justin Thomas round 2, and the other time when he shot 78. And
Let's
then
see what we got here. Okay, so I think that we're going to end up with the someone's got to win slate because I think I have different guys, different teams than you. So let's see what we have here. So first of all, pitching, I literally just have, this is pretty funny. I think I have Gore, Sale, and Wheeler in like every lineup except my big buy-ins. I think I have Berrios. I think so. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, well, no, but that's what I was saying. Though, is even with all, so that's what it's doing for me. Like I've got Gore and Sale and Wheeler as my 3 highest owned as well. But every lineup I don't have them. I basically have a stack of the other team somewhere, some form, a 2 or 3 or 4 man.
Yeah, my top stack is actually, yeah, I'm doing the opposite today. I have Tampa as my top stack, followed by Oakland and Toronto. So I'm trying to get different by not 5-manning, I think.
To back you up a little bit with Tampa, the one thing, since we did the show earlier, the ownership's much lower on them than it looked like it was going to be early in the day.
Okay.
It's still high. It's still, the third highest team, but it's a significant difference between Toronto and Washington. Have you seen that guy James Wood hit for Washington?
No, I know he's put up a billion fantasy points. I
watched that guy. He just talk about power. Like it's just crazy. The ball off his bat.
Really?
Like, he's just a monster of a human. Like he looks huge. And TJ's asking if we'll talk NBA. Yeah, we'll talk some NBA showdown.
Oh yeah, really, we got time.
Really, not a lot to talk about with any showdown slate where there's anybody questionable, much less 2 starters, is a nerve-wracking showdown slate. Is it nerve-wracking to talk about early because it really means absolutely nothing whatever we say, because we may lose Towns because he may really, really be injured, and Neesmith is definitely injured. Wouldn't this, if there was a time to maybe rest him, this would probably be it?
Neesmith?
Yeah, because he's injured for sure. Now they have no matter what, there's going to be a long delay. The finals doesn't start till the 5th, but do you need to force it with him and then maybe risk him for the rest of the postseason? I don't know. We'll see what Indiana does. We certainly know they have other options. But as of right now, one thing I noticed from the projections, and I would say this is industry wide, I actually think the right thing you're supposed to do is have Brunson ahead of Halliburton projection wise today. That's my take.
Well, I'm really listen. I hope that cat is that's some shot by Sheffield. Oh my God, his third shot is going to be a freaking.
You're always one ahead of me. Always just one.
Oh, watch where this ball ends up.
First of all, I thought his last ball ended up in the penalty, but it looks like it was not.
No, look where his next ball ends up. This is is this a flashback? No.
No. I'm sure you're right. I'm not. No,
look where this ends up. This is kind of nuts.
That guy is crazy. He keeps ending up in the bunker too and hitting these insane shots. I haven't seen it yet. All right, let's see what happens here. Is Keegan Bradley the only guy to ever play well as the Ryder Cup captain?
That's pretty funny.
Oh, a bad one. Good. Look, I love Scheffler and everything, but I'm so happy anytime that because I'm always going to be underweight in a sport like golf, those guys, and you know what I mean. Unless I just take a stand and lock them in, like I don't really know what else you're going to do.
Yeah.
By the way, Mathurin did not have a decent game. I thought Mathurin was when Halliburton was off the court and Mathurin was in. I thought Mathurin was the best player on the court, and he was guarding Brunson, a combination of like everybody, but Brunson especially, which is the problem with playing him tonight. First of all, you always want to play guys like that a little bit more on the road. I do like him. I just don't know if you need to go if you're going to go down that low. Do you need him? Like,
wait, what do you mean you like to play guys like that on the road?
No, I'd rather play the bench guys who are like the electric scoring guys at home.
Oh, right. Okay.
Not on the road as much.
Not on the road. Right.
Yeah. So tonight, that's why I was Mathurin. I was very into the last game, but not as quite as into it. Well,
I got you.
I'll be extremely into him if what's his name? If anything happens with Neesmith, then we have a different situation. And as we talked about yesterday, I do have to point out, I'm 90% sure, I'm not 100% sure, that look, it was a blowout, not the kind of game we thought, but what's his name was on the winning lineup.
Who?
The one I was mentioning that was saying it was going to be 3 or 4%, which I thought was ridiculous.
Potgieter? Oh, basketball. Okay.
Basketball. No, what's his name last night? Terrence Shannon.
Oh, he was on the winner?
I'm pretty sure he was. Yeah.
That's so funny.
And I'm pretty sure he was like it was the same winner that was there before, but. A lot of guys got real creative with who they played last night. It was pretty funny. There was more Rob Dillingham lineups than I would have expected.
Wait, who?
What?
Who?
Rob Dillingham. He's like their rookie guy, but he hasn't played. He actually they traded up to get him in the draft, but he's more for the future than he is for now. It just was like weird that he even got on the court. I was surprised to see like people played him. But yeah, they're going to be tough to beat, and I really think that. Sheets, is it like can you your Knicks? I think I don't know. I personally, I think that I think the Pacers play the style that could beat Indiana. I don't know how the Knicks could match up with. I'm sorry, with OKC.
You mean OKC?
Yeah, I don't know if the Knicks can play a style that works against OKC. It's possible. I could be totally wrong. We never know with these things until we see them happen. But it just seems very, very hard because they're gonna just blitz all the time, just like Indiana's doing basically, and it makes it really hard to play against.
Yeah.
When you have limited players and you're all of a sudden Landry Shamet, you need some big threes from to contend in a game when he hasn't played in like 2 months.
Dude, Scotty's just ridiculous.
But, see, now you're okay. Now as long as it doesn't go in, at least we get a little bogey out of him.
Yeah.
It is kind of silly though, because every time I'm like, okay, well, even the last tournament where we were worried about, and of course he ended up tied for third or fourth. Just nuts.
Hold on, let me.
So
what are you doing on FanDuel?
You're not going to get any odds on that, TJ. You could bet OKC. There's a chance you could bet OKC money line every game, and they could win in 5, and that means you'd lose money because they're going to be like 4-1 favorites every game. I'm not playing on FanDuel today. I didn't even know that. I don't know what happened. I just didn't get anything in there.
Yeah, I'm same guys pretty much. Gore, Sale, Wheeler. As far as stacks go, yeah, I'm pretty chalky today. Actually, I have to say, Washington, Toronto, Tampa, Oakland. And we're gonna see what. Oh, Keegan Bradley, you cursed him. Let's see for bogey. Okay. Yeah, the course is always tough, but nobody cares. You're Blake Griffin, you just don't care. You know what I mean? Like,
Right. Yes.
he's like, what tough course? I don't want to
You
hear it.
birdied out on the hardest holes.
Oh, and excuse me. I mean, I have to say that not that I've made any money on it, but I have to have been considered ahead of the curve on this Homa resurgence, right?
Well, definitely, because no one else was playing it. Well, you know what? Here's the funny part about that. I was even more ahead of the curve than you, but I only played him in the times when he was losing.
Right.
So when he was terrible. So I was so far ahead of the curve that I was still in the wrong part of the curve.
Right.
I don't have him I didn't have it like this, but yeah, it's nice to see him back and playing well again.
Yeah, so on FanDuel specifically, I am just all over the place as far as stacks go. I mean, I don't have a single. No, I have 1-4-4. Like, I have all kinds of combinations. What I can do is take another look-see after some of these six, these two early games start to develop a little bit.
Yeah.
Then maybe I can tighten it up, but we'll see.
Yeah, that's interesting because I'm curious. I'm going to late swap as well, and one of the things I think is important to. It used to be a bigger deal than it is now, but I still don't believe a lot of people late swap in Major League Baseball.
No, they don't. They don't.
Washington, if their lineup isn't released by lock, maybe their ownership drops a little bit. Like, it's possible.
The other thing I will say is that, again, like I'm not doing anything with this Knicks until I get news on the cat.
I can't even do anything. It's impossible. Right now, my highest owned player is Tony Bradley.
I mean, I guess, but that's what I was going to say. I'm really down with your take from earlier that if you do get news that Cat's out, we just jam Hart and be done with it.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, exactly. Just to lock him in.
Well, you say of course, but I don't think that's what people are going to do.
I know they'll go for the immediate pivot, but it's actually Hart who would be the one, I think. And then your sneaky play would be the Precious.
Right. Or maybe Precious would be the chalk.
I don't think so because it is possible.
No, it can't be. Well, what's his price? Is he like
what
nothing?
What do you need the savings for anymore?
You could always use the savings.
Well, sometimes, but so now you've only got 3 expensive players in Siakam, Halliburton, and Brunson.
Yeah.
So you may not need that. So you might be playing Hart over you might be playing him over Obi Toppin, who we know is going to play probably 20 minutes,
Right.
And that's the issue I have with Matherin is it's hard because there's a chance Obi Toppin's closing in this game. There's basically, unless Neesmith is out, there's basically no chance Matherin is closing ever. Matherin played 12 minutes and had how many real life points did he have in the last game? He played 12 minutes and he had a 43% usage rate.
Jesus.
And he made 10 free throws in 12 minutes. How about that? No, but is that real? Yeah, he had 20 real life points, 10 free throws that he made, 11 free throws total in 12 minutes. That's crazy. It doesn't matter if Robinson's better off the bench. He'll still get too many minutes without Cat. But what would they do for some of the other ones? Because I don't think that has been their answer. He has not been the same. As much as he plays well in the series, they just aren't as good with him on the court.
Yeah.
And honestly, the series would be over if not for Cat, going completely nuclear in game 3. Although I guess you could say the Knicks could have won both games 1 and 2 pretty much most of the time. But I'm still getting to a lot of this Hart stuff, even with Cat. I'm even getting him as a captain quite a bit.
Yeah, I now the only thing I'm worried about is that maybe Tibbs just doesn't want to play him.
But if we're gonna worry, this is the guy who plays the most minutes for them. Even if he doesn't start, it just means his ownership is lower. He still played 35 minutes in the last game.
Right.
He had the one game in game 2 where he only played 28 minutes, but that was just I think he was foul trouble. Not 100% sure. I know he had he had fouls in every game. Oh, and by the way, he played 35 and fouled out of the last game as well. So he missed a couple minutes there. The pitchers are just obvious, Kevin. I don't think there's anything really fancy to do. Stack against them in the lineups where you're not playing them. That's probably the best way to go. But I think in order, it's probably Gore, I mean, for me, if I know it's more expensive, but Gore, Wheeler, Sale would be the ones I would pick. In my biggest buy-in, I really want to stack Seattle, so it's hard for me to know what I'm going to do. I might use Shane Baz and one of the maybe Shane Baz and Wheeler. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's tough because I kind of think you have to like take some shots with against these guys to have any real chance tonight. But Mackenzie Gore would be statistically the probably the best play along with Sale. I happen to like a little bit better Wheeler.
Bradley's got a good look here. Let's see what he's got. No, it's an approach shot. Ooh, hang in there.
What did Henley just do?
Oh, Keegan Bradley. Oh my God. I don't want to say. I don't want to see what he did.
Well, now I got it. I think you got it already.
I almost jumped out of my chair. Let me know when you've seen it.
He's about to hit on my TV. This is the problem. I need a different subscription if I'm going to do live sweat shows with you ever again because it's tough. Although it's because sometimes I kind of like not being able to see.
Yeah.
It's. Tell you what, I really wish I didn't see the Patrick Wisdom that one time.
Oh my God.
That would have made my life a lot better.
Freaking Patrick Wisdom.
Wow, Ricky Fowler ended up even.
Oh my God, he was like minus like 8 or something, right? He was like,
I know. Oh Jesus. Yeah, that's crazy, and that's on 18. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, it's all right. I'm looking at my guys from our picks, and let's see how they did.
Let me know when you've seen Scheffler's last. Oh, no, they're showing highlights of Scheffler. Okay.
Oh yeah. Scheffler 72. Okay. I'm sorry. 200. Sam Burns is not doing well. So our big misses so far are Sam Burns and you missed them.
Oh, mine is Aaron Rye.
Burger and Rye you had.
Yeah.
Not to be confused with the Burger on Rye.
Right.
All right. So it's hard, I don't really know what else to talk about this 4-gamer other than, we don't have a Washington lineup. I did have some, look, you looking for some stolen base stuff? You can take some shots against Sale. I didn't point it out earlier, but people have been running on him, especially later in his career. Early in his career, they didn't really do it. The problem is they don't get on very much, so no one has that high of a stolen base thing. But like Rojas and Trey Turner would be the more obvious one, obviously.
He still steals bases, Trey Turner? He still
not
steals
like crazy though. But yeah, he says steal something. And I actually think these odds on Acuna. Acuna's probably not going to be running as much this, coming back from the massive injury. Just you think he wants to stick around for a while. But it's weird to see him as like the 5th most likely Brave to hit a home run tonight. Something's wrong. That doesn't make any sense. Somebody wrote the other day that he's going to be the greatest Brave of all time. I don't think it's crazy, but other people all think it's nuts because of what they said was Hank Aaron. And then I got into a thing where I don't think Hank Aaron is the best Brave of all time.
Who do you like more, Dale Murphy or something?
Greg Maddux.
Oh, okay. That whole thing again? Okay.
What's wrong with that?
No, pitchers versus hitters. It's like 2 different games. I don't know.
All right. Well, if you go per year, then how about Eddie Matthews? Santa Barbara's own.
Oh.
I mean, it goes back to the longevity thing,
Chipper Jones.
No, but that some people would say Chipper Jones, but
I know.
Yeah, but Eddie Matthews was like a.
How about Bob Horner?
Let me just see MVPs. How many did Eddie Matthews have? Hold on. All right, so Eddie Matthews only won 2. Oh wait, no, he never won it. Wow, that's shocking to me. But I think Hank Aaron has a shocking few number 2. Hank Aaron has 1 MVP. But on a lot of those teams, Eddie Matthews was considered as good or a better hitter during the same time. It's just the problem is Hank Aaron played another 10 years. And Eddie Matthews, by the way, still 500 plus home runs. What do you think about the Braves against Wheeler Acuna? Oh yeah, I just said like the Braves are one of the teams. I put them where they are. They're not as high for me as Seattle and Philly. but you could certainly play them. Now they face the one thing they've got out for them. They've faced Wheeler like as much as they faced like any pitcher in the history of baseball, and they both have good numbers. Wheeler has good numbers against them. They've hit a bunch of home runs off him. That's just because they've hit against him a bunch. Again, meaningless TJ without knowing about the other guy. So I don't even know what I'll end up with for Nemhart. I really don't know what I'm going to end up with for Nemhart. But I don't see like it as being an especially good play. It's it's fine. He's going to be a little bit lower owned because of his price. Where am I at with Obi Toppin? Why am I not getting more of that?
Obi?
Yeah. All right. I don't like that. I like to be a little bit over on that guy all the time.
Can I tell you something? So I hate to say this.
What's that?
So the playoffs are on like every night, right? And the Knicks are on every other day or whatever. And I was like the other night, I told Stacy, "Oh, Knicks are on." She goes, "Of course the Knicks are on. Are we like done already?" Right?
Right.
And I have to say that I'm kind of done watching. It's like I'm not used to these teams like always make it deep into the playoffs. So I'm not used to like watching these teams.
You're from New York.
Right. That's why I'm not used to like watching all these teams deep into June, for like a long time.
Yeah.
So like people like in LA and like Boston, like they're used to like when the season doesn't even start till the playoffs.
Right.
Like the Knicks, like, oh my God, we made the playoffs. That's so cool. It's like,
right. Right. We're definitely spoiled.
No, but I'm like I don't even feel like watching anymore. You know what I mean? Like, it's like if they win, they're like they still have to be in the finals. It's like so much more basketball. That's like, I don't know what to say.
That's pretty funny. But yeah, like it is a lot. It does go on a long time.
It's a long time.
The playoffs are really long, but I really enjoy, especially like I haven't like loved my Laker teams in any recent years, but I really enjoy just, okay, I don't mind if I miss a game or if I watch it. I try to, but I end up usually just like, whether I'm out of friends or out to dinner, we usually just end up watching some of at least every game. But the conference finals is usually when I have like the must watch part of me.
So just for the hell of it, I'm going to redo the projections here with the new lineups. So I have a little time to do this, then I'm going to go eat. I'm going to put my lineup. Okay, so here's the order of things. Redo the projections, then I'm going to upload the projections, then I'm going to redo my lineups, tell everybody who I have, and then get out of here. So that could take anywhere between 5 minutes and 15 minutes. Okay. That's the plan.
Well, I'll throw something out there while you're doing that, because TJ's saying pretty sure Neesmith and Towns are playing. Like, I don't care what anyone's word is on it.
I don't care at all what people, you know what I mean? They'll announce it.
Speculation. But what I do care to speculate on is, if they play, are they actually playing if they're banged up? Because what I don't get is, if my guys are not ready, I don't know why you don't just throw them out there anyway, just for like 2 minutes, just at least if the other team doesn't prep their, things earlier. I don't know. So if you want to speculate, I think there's more money to be made speculating that maybe they'll be limited or not play quite as many minutes. That would be the thing I would speculate on. I wouldn't, but in general, I know myself. I know once I see Towns is in, because I know people's minds, he's probably ending up like very, very low owned as a captain tonight.
One other thing we didn't really talk about, only because I forget the timing, but like after the Neesmith game, after he made all those threes or whatever.
Yeah.
So you don't remember this, but Neesmith, back when he was on the Celtics, there were these like crazy stories that like the people that used to play like horse and like do threes and stuff like that. And there were a couple of the guys from Boston and this back then that said that he was like by far like the best shooter in the NBA.
People were saying he was going to be the best shooter in the NBA when he came out of school. I think he shot 56% in college from three.
Oh, did he?
Something like nuts like that. And it was not like a bad school or anything. It was, what's it called? Was it Vanderbilt? Something like that.
No, I don't think he was at Vanderbilt, was he?
I thought he was. Yeah, Vanderbilt. Yeah.
Oh, really?
There it is. And maybe his three. Okay, so 3-point percentage was less than I thought, though. I think he had 1 year. Oh, they're showing the career. I don't want to see the career. I want to see the college.
But he became like a defensive guy, right? I mean, like.
Yeah, that's the thing. But he can still shoot it. I mean, like, obviously.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
3-point percentage. Yeah. So okay. So yeah. No. Oh no. But he only played 14 games that year. But he's still like, yeah, he shot 52%. He was the. Yeah. Okay. There you go. So his last year, he shot 52% from three. And by the way, when we were working with the back, that was one from the draft. A good call by the RotoQL's Dan from RotoQL. He said that Neesmith was going to be one of the best picks in the draft, and he was probably going to go late 20s or something.
Really?
I think he went like around 30, and obviously has proven that he's he obviously was one of the better players in the draft.
Is he in the chat right now?
No. It just reminded me when he
Oh.
was. I remember him writing some things like stick out to you because I remember his 3-point percentage.
Okay.
But he was like shooting on high volume too. That's the thing. He was like So when he shot 52%, he was making 4.2 per game. So that's a pretty high volume. Made 7 or more threes in 4 games out of 14. Okay. Yeah, he's a great shooter. And by the way, what the Celtics, with all the good things they did, but how did they not get in on this? And how did they let that one go? Like, that guy is like the perfect NBA player because he's never going to make like the maximum, but he's like the perfect rotation guy. He doesn't have like a rotational weakness.
I'll tell you, Brad Stevens has not made too many mistakes.
No.
I don't even know if he was there when that happened. So
he was.
Okay.
It was, but honestly, the weird part was they were playing Romeo Langford in front of him, which was like strange. And anyway, sorry, it's a whole separate thing. This is what happens. You listen to too much Bill Simmons. He's talked about this so many times.
All right. So I just updated the projections, by the way, everybody. And so now we will, and of course, Fleetwood's going to finish 5th.
He might win it, man. No, I'm just
He
kidding.
might.
He had the double bogey at the end. Knocked him down. I mean, he still could, I guess. Everybody could. Anybody who's +1 or better has a legitimate chance. I don't know. +2, I guess. I mean, everybody has a chance, but it's a lot of work. And this is not like an easy. I didn't think, like, when I was listening to the podcast for this, I don't think anybody thought anybody was shooting 7 under today. Like, these guys are like the best round of the week will be like 3 or 4 under.
Yeah.
Like, 7 under is crazy for this course. All right, Sheets, are you good with your stuff?
Yeah, I'm building now. I mean, like you can go if you want. I'm
happy to stick around. I just don't have anything else to offer.
Yeah, there's no questions in here or anything.
Not anything else that's popping in there. Let's see.
Just the schedule for the week and weekend or whatever. So I did my UFC video today. I don't think I'm gonna do a betting one this week, but I'm gonna do the lineup construction thing tomorrow night. And then we'll do that. Then there's three different NASCAR races. I hope Brandon's around. Otherwise, you got bad news. Then Sheets is gonna have to talk about this stuff.
Just FYI, it is Brandon's birthday, so happy birthday to Brandon.
Oh, nice.
And he won something this morning for like a different golf slate that I didn't even know.
Was it?
Yeah,
like World Tour or something, or
I guess I don't know. He just posted a win, and
a win. Well, I'll take it. A win is a win, you know.
Yeah.
As you very well know, I'll play freaking anything. So it's like,
yeah, right.
Oh, they're showing Justin Thomas highlights. Oh God, there aren't that many of them.
The two. It is weird though, because like nobody's out of it. I mean, it might be +6. All right. I'll tell you what. The Thunder better win this title though, because this is there's a lot of comparisons being made with the young talent that they had back in 2014 with Westbrook and Harden and Durant and Ibaka.
These guys are all 26 years old. It's like crazy.
I know they're the youngest team by far, and it's like it's wild that it works.
Yeah, this whole veteran leadership thing is kind of a myth.
Yeah, it's like get the hell out of here.
I appreciate you, Draymond and Al Horford or whatever, but I mean,
right, and the youngest acting of all of them, the one who's running around screaming at the fans all the time, is Caruso, who's the oldest.
He's the oldest. That's like sort of crazy.
I know. I think he's the oldest. Yeah, he and Hartenstein have got to be the oldest. Yeah, they're just all babies. But it's so hard. It's kind of sad about the NBA. It's like really hard. Like they can't have like they're basically going to have to get themselves in trouble. But they have so much draft capital. They have a guy who's coming in next year who probably would be the number 2 pick in the draft.
Like not Jokic. What's his name? Tokic. What's it?
Topic.
Okay. Yeah.
He probably would have been the number 1 pick if he didn't tear his ACL, but they're like, okay, thank God he tore his ACL. We'll just store him for a year. You know what I mean? Like
they have a couple of other picks, by the way, also, I think.
They do every year. They have like 2 first-rounders and for the next like 5 years. It's just nuts. And they've got some good ones too. They almost got the lottery pick. If the Sixers were number 6 or worse, they would have got that lottery pick too.
Where was Shea from? Kentucky?
Yeah. But he was never supposed to. He went to the Clippers, drafted him. And he was part of that Paul George. Paul George is that's going to be the whole story that you hear about from NBA people around the finals, because Paul George essentially built both of these teams because of the trades for him.
That's pretty funny.
And I mean, he was like an Indiana legend, but yeah, it's just wild. It's so hard on because he went to Kentucky, but it's like even if you were like good at Kentucky, like nobody knew, like Devin Booker came off the bench at Kentucky, you know, like
right.
It's just they were so loaded for a while. It was like they would have 6 or 7 guys drafted every year.
Oh, wow. Fleetwood really did lose this one.
Yeah.
Oh, they're showing the highlights. No, this one hole, I'm saying.
Oh, yeah, that was just a nightmare hole.
Wow, that was a crazy shot. He just like literally shanked it.
Yeah.
It happens, but.
Not usually that guy. He's usually pretty good.
No, that's what I'm saying.
I know.
All right, so here we go. Let's once again, Sale, Gore. Ugh, I really have to play Anthony Santander. He hasn't hit anything in like forever.
He's also like going to be like the highest owned player.
I know. What the hell is this?
Oh, he won the CS Sports slate. Oh, okay. The esports one. That's what it was, Brandon. Okay, I thought it was, for some reason I thought I saw it in the golf. Maybe I did see it in the Golf Channel, and I think I just thought it was some kind of golf thing that I didn't know about. Oh no, it was not in the Golf Channel. It was in the esports. All right. Nice job, Brandon. Happy birthday, buddy.
Nope.
Thanks, John. All right.
Yeah, I think that's the plan tonight: is play chalk teams and not play 5-minute stacks. Let's see how that works.
See how it goes. Hey, it's possible. So I like it better than the 5-man. All right, I may head out in a minute.
Okay.
I don't have much to add here, and I'm trying to see if there's anything going on. Oh, Nat's lineup is in, says Scott. Let's see what it is.
Anything interesting?
I don't see it yet. I'll get it in a second. I still don't see it. Oh, here it is. Okay, so Abrams, Wood, Lowe, Ruiz, Garcia, Bell, Hassel, Tana, Lyle. So that's who I thought was going to play, but yeah, I think that's who we've got in.
Think that's sort of clean.
It's never happened before on a Thursday. All right, so I'm waiting for it to update here, and then I'm gonna see if it changes my bill. I don't think it will because it's all the guys who I had in. I had them low owned last night. That was nice. They had the Hassel, who had 24 fantasy points, was like 1% owned. That was fun.
Hassel?
Yeah, this Hassel, a character they have. But yeah, I think we got the lineup that we were expecting.
Yeah. All right. I guess we can get out of here.
All right, bud. Good luck tonight, and we'll be back for a real slate tomorrow. And we won't have we might have basketball on Saturday. But other than that, we won't have basket. We won't have the 2 games. We won't have the other every day of games thing. So at least there'll be some sort of break from basketball, even if not for Mrs. Sheets. Hopefully for your sake. I don't know, Sheets. Would you even want them to win?
I guess.
Yeah. I guess we have very different rooting styles. I really respect it.
I guess so. Yeah.
All right, man. Well, good luck to the Knicks then.
Yeah, no, obviously, I mean, I hope they win.
All right.
So they can get swept by the freaking Thunder also, I guess.
I don't think Indiana's getting swept by the Thunder. I think Indiana can beat the Thunder. I don't know if they can win the series. I think they can, but I know they're going to get at least a couple of them.
All right, well, go Knicks. And